Things are heating up at the North Charleston Coliseum, and that ain't no bull. We'd like to welcome Eli Vastbinder, professional bull rider who will be taking on the most dangerous 8 seconds in sports this weekend during the PBR Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour. We want to welcome you to our virtual studio. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Eli, you are a pretty darn good bull rider. So how are you feeling going into this weekend's tournament?
I feel great. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I've been practicing, and now that the 2020 season's over and then we're into 2021, we've all got high hopes, and we're all looking forward to it.
Absolutely. You know what? I'll just brag for you. You don't have to respond, but you are in the top 25 professional bull riders out there. What is it like? What's the life like for a professional bull rider?
It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of time away from home. And I love it. I can't think of anything else I'd rather be doing. It beats working a real job, that's for sure. Money's good, and it's something I've worked for my whole life. I grew up dreaming of this, and so to be here, living it, it's definitely an experience.
And who are you up against? What other parts of the world are professional bull riders coming from as you work your way up to the World Championships later this year?
We've got guys from, all 50 states. People come from Canada, Mexico. It's a lot of boys from Texas, Oklahoma, even up in the Northwest. So there's a lot of good bull riders, and to be in the top 25 or even in the top 100 is an accomplishment. There's a lot of really good bull riders out there, and we're all competing for one thing, and that's the $1 million at the end of the year. And so it's definitely going to be a show. This is one of the very first stops of the new year. So, I think we're 3 or 4 events in. So a win here could set up a guy's rest of his life, really, but definitely the season.
It sounds like you're off to the races so far. So the PBR is doing much better this year than they did last year, as so many organizations and other events that had to get canceled. Now, you had mentioned that professional bull riding was always a dream of yours. When did you start?
I started out when I was young. My family, they were all in it. My cousins, they all rode bulls. So, I always knew that this was what I was going to be. I didn't necessarily know I'd go on to, take it this far and do the things I did, but it was always a dream. And I think I started out, I was riding sheep in diapers still, so it's
Wow.
been
That's
a long
how it starts,
time.
right?
Yeah. A lot of the time, there's kids that'll be there this weekend that, started out at 16 or 18. But a lot of us have just kind of grew up in it. And that was kind of always my dream, was to just be a bull rider and make it to the PBR and be a world champion in it. So
What can you describe to our audience what it's like to get on top of one of these massive beasts and to try to hang on for 8 seconds without being bucked off?
yeah, they're no joke. And it's hard to, it's something you'd have to do to ever understand it. And anymore, I've done it for so long that it's just kind of second nature to me, but it's definitely, so they say, adrenaline rush, so I guess there's a lot of fear in it, not just anymore. It's went from, the fear of getting hurt to just the fear of doing good and winning, but
Sure.
it's definitely you'll never get that kind of high from anything else in the world. To be able to get on that bull, but then to be able to conquer him and win and win prize money and everything, it's definitely a sport that there's nothing else like it.
And the crowd's cheering you on as well. That's amazing. I know injuries are part of the experience. Have you ever been injured?
Oh yeah, it just comes with it. We've all had our fair share of injuries, and
Any battle wounds that you want to share?
I've got a couple ribs that are sticking out right now that come from some broke ribs from a bull. I've got some plates and screws in my leg. A lot of pulled muscles, tore muscles, shoulders, stuff like that. But I've been very fortunate and very blessed to have this long of a career and have the little amount of injuries as I've had.
This is true. This is true. How much longer do you think you'll be doing bull riding?
Oh shoot, I hope a long time. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
You're young
Uh,
still. You look young. May I ask your
yeah,
age?
I'm 29, so really technically in this sport, I hate to say it, but I'm probably a veteran. There'll be guys there that are 18, 19 years old, and so I'm definitely one of the older ones there.
Wow. Older but wiser. I want to thank you so much, Eli, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We're back after this.